Xiao Xianjin studied mechanical engineering, but after graduation, he realized the job didn't suit him. Then he tried different jobs, including being a bartender, and even enrolled into a data science bootcamp.
All those things made me very sure that those are things that I didn't want to do, only because I tried it.
After a couple of stints in the corporate world, he finally found his calling in software engineering. Mr. Xiao is now a software engineer with digital telco Circles.life. Surveys from LinkedIn and Michael Page show that more workers are looking to switch roles this year.
What we've really seen in Singapore is an increase in the number of people who are interested in pursuing new roles in 2022. When you look at the 2 years prior to the pandemic, about 10% of Singaporeans were changing roles during that period. Now, according to LinkedIn research, we're seeing 7 in 10 Singaporean workers are looking at changing their roles this year.
We've recently surveyed all of our community across Greater China, Southeast Asia, India, Japan and Australia, and the results are pretty amazing. It looks as though this is very much going to continue into 2022 with more than 60% of those who we surveyed indicating that they're going to be looking for a new role during that time.
This comes amid a boom in the job market. A record 6.4 million jobs were created in the US last year. In Singapore, the jobs market is also recovering as unemployment rate continues to fall. The jobs growth is across the board, from traditional to high-tech industries.
We've also seen significant demand in some other better-known, well-established areas such as private banking. Great deal of demand within the world of legal, particularly for lawyers that have an understanding of data privacy. Technology, not surprisingly, particularly in relation to software development, has been very hot across the region overall, but I'd like to just emphasise Singapore from that perspective as well. It's such a hub for technology investments.
A couple of factors are driving demand for talent in the tech industry. Startups are maturing and want to add manpower to grow their businesses.
Fintech, EdTech, MedTech. We didn't know these terms existed just a few years ago, but there's been this real demand across those sectors, and the candidate community is small, so demand is outstripping supply there.
The pandemic has also pushed many companies to digitize, and they now need talent in this area.
Hello, hi, how are you?
Another area where the pandemic has fueled job growth is in the healthcare sector.
It is pandemic-related healthcare, but there are also other shifts happening in this region which are producing demand. So aging populations, and particularly in Singapore, there's a focus on diagnostic medicine is leading to greater demand for things like healthcare assistance.
The buoyant market has raised another set of questions. Do workers have the skills for the jobs? Human resources experts say a skills gap is emerging.
It's certainly not limited to cryptocurrency. There's a whole range of new roles that are developing and evolving, and even looking at things like ESG that we spoke about before. A lot of companies are wanting to hire experts in that space. Well, there's not very many. There's going to have to be a willingness for employers to look to upskill existing employees and make sure that they're creating an environment where that can be effective.
Xianjin started with zero knowledge in software engineering, but that didn't deter him.
I went in to buy courses online, and I went to do projects on my own. And these projects were not easy because I failed a lot. I really failed a lot. I would get stuck on the simplest problem for 5 days because I have no background, right? But I got over it.
As demand for talent continues to grow, recruitment firms say companies will need to reassess the way they appeal to the workforce.
Candidates are still very much focused on on rewards, be it financial, promotion, etc. But they're looking for more. They're looking for the opportunity not just to work well, but to live well. What we found from our recent Talent Trends survey was over 65% of candidates said they would consider sacrificing elements of remuneration or promotion in order to have that balance and that happiness.
Other non-monetary considerations have become a priority for some too.
Also, interestingly, workers are seeking out companies which align with their values. And when it comes to corporate and social responsibility, companies are really needing to step up to demonstrate that they are talking the talk and walking the walk when it comes to corporate and social responsibility.
Ultimately, human resources experts recommend companies understand the motivations of each employee and seek to align individual and company expectations to better retain them.